and welcome to Katie's Insight, where I give my insight on all kinds of things, including news, business, finance, politics, and most importantly, right now, stimulus. And I have what I think is good stimulus news. I've got stimulus help across the country for you guys. So if you saw the title of this video, I kind of want to explain this because I know some people can get a little bit confused. So let me just go ahead and just kind of segue into saying stimulus doesn't just mean on a federal level. I think a lot of people think when they hear the word stimulus, it has to be a stimulus package or a stimulus bill. Here's what's happening, as I've said to you guys repeatedly, and I know I've been detailing, but I want to go over this for maybe new people or people who don't really understand. There's stimulus money sitting in your states ready for you to claim. There is. And how is that possible? Well, of course, we know the federal government is the one that actually gets the stimulus bills and package out, but we still have lots of money in many states left over from the CARES Act. Now, the majority of these states, they are all under a deadline by the end of December to spend all of their CARES Act money. Now, some have, some it's been to ridiculous places, but there are many states that are stepping up and they're doing things to help with their own forms of stimulus check, their own types of PPP, their own unemployment help, their own rental help. And from now until the end of the year, I'm here to help you guys find that money the best way that I can, because we don't know. At this point, we can't really rely on the federal government or the government at all to help us. But where there are ways you can get help, I want to make sure and try to give you guys as much information as possible, because I know we're all struggling. We are all starving. We all desperately need help. As well, guys, I'm going to be in the next couple days getting together a document, because I know I've talked a lot about different help around the country. I want to get everything in one place. We also have our amazing British Grey. And guys, please congratulate me and congratulations to Rommel Graves. Hey girl, give her some love in the comments. She has officially become one of the moderators in our Facebook group. And so she is also helping people when it comes to any type of stimulus issues. Between she and British Grey, they're two of the best people on there, and they're going to rock the house. So thank you, Rommel, for being so kind and loving to everybody, and we appreciate you so much. And guys, if you want more one-on-one stimulus help, go to the Facebook group. It's Katie's Insight. Like the page, join the group. Katie's Corner will be changed to Katie's Insight soon. Go in there and ask all the stimulus questions you want for your specific stimulus areas. We're trying to help people. Where it's free. There's no selling anybody anything. We don't allow that. We're just a group of people trying to help each other. All we ask is that people be kind and respectful. That's it. That's all we want. Also, guys, if you want more updates on where you can find stimulus money in your specific areas, make sure and subscribe to this channel, or where you can find stimulus money, period. What's happening, because we have a really crazy next couple weeks with stimulus. Make sure and subscribe here. Subscribe to this channel and hit notifications so you can be notified on that. And if you want to help me grow this channel so I can get this information out to even more people, make sure and like this video and hit comments. Make sure and comment on any video you see and share the content. It all greatly helps me grow the channel, and it can help more people. So just wanted to go ahead and go into that. But that's where we're at with stimulus. Where we're at right now is, and I'm going to have a video come out about this because we have some deadlines, but now it looks like we have a new deadline extension. So we had been hearing that the deadlines for stimulus have to do with, there's one today, check out the video from earlier, and then at the end of this week, December 11th. December 11th is when we have to have something pass so we can have the government continue to have funding to operate. And as much as it would be so much fun to watch none of these people at the top take paychecks because their turds not helping us, the problem is that would affect tons and tons of low-level workers, which is not at all what we want. So it's an unfortunate situation of kind of a give and take with that, but we don't want to hurt any more people. On top of that, this is the date this is the last day that they're going to be in session with the Congress to be able to get something passed. Now, it looks like there may be some extensions. Stay tuned. I have some really big news on what's coming with that, but make sure and follow us this week. This week's going to be very important and very critical for stimulus, and then depending on what happens, we're going to make sure and try to find you money and resources where we can. So let me go ahead and pull up some information. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go over some state information. I have some specific information about states across the country when it comes to stimulus, and I want to make sure you guys have that info. So this is from themotleyfool.com. They do a lot of talking about finances, business, that sort of thing. So I know, because I've read articles from there and people are like, what's the Motley Fool? So if you don't know, that's just one, it's a website where they have a lot of types of media like that. So this is from them at motleyfool.com. It says how states and cities are taking stimulus into their own hands. This was from December 7th today, so this is super updated. It says, as lawmakers stall on a federal deal, local governments are taking action to aid the public. And so then it says, it's been months since Americans received meaningful aid to help cope with the virus pandemic and its devastating financial fallout. The CARES Act, which went into law in late March, delivered $1,200 direct stimulus checks to most citizens and a round of Paycheck Protection Program loans to help small businesses. Since then, there's been no aid to speak of. And while lawmakers have worked to hammer out a second relief package, so far they failed to agree on an all-encompassing bill despite extensive negotiations. And with that, as we know, right now the best chance we have, it seems like, is that $908 billion Problem Solvers Caucus bill that the Democrats have backed. So far, the Republicans have not backed it whatsoever. Again, we still have to wait and see what's going to happen there, but that's where we're at. It says, given the number of people struggling at present, including millions of jobless Americans, some states are taking stimulus matters into their own hands. Here are a few states aiming to help residents make it through the pandemic. So sound off, listen if yours is one of them. Colorado. Colorado is issuing $375 stimulus payments to residents experiencing financial hardship. Workers collecting between $25 and $500 a week in unemployment get a one-time payment. New Mexico. New Mexico is offering $100 million in grants to small businesses, as well as $15 million in emergency housing assistance. In addition, it's giving $5 million to food banks and another $5 million to direct payments to low-income residents not eligible for CARES Act stimulus checks. The state is also paying a one-time $1,200 benefit to the unemployed. So make sure and check out the stipulations too in all these states. Check out the stipulations to see if there are loopholes. Maybe you don't fit into those qualifications. There may be others you fit into. In New York, the early U.S. epicenter of the pandemic. $35 million in no-interest loans are available to small business owners in low to moderate income neighborhoods. The loans are worth up to $100,000 apiece. So make sure and get on that if you're in New York. New York. I said New York. As well, guys, I know in the Facebook group, British Gray and others have been posting a lot about different types of stimulus help in New York, specifically for housing assistance help, for rental help. So again, make sure to go check out the group and see what you can find there. If you are in New York, or if you know people who are in New York, send them this information. California. Like New York, California is trying to help small businesses stay afloat. It created a $500 million fund to issue grants to small businesses and nonprofits. Recipients will be eligible for up to $25,000 early next year, guys. And I'll have more videos on this. California has several programs right now to help residents, even residents who, I'll say it lightly so YouTube doesn't get mad, may or may not supposed to be there per legal definitions, please infer. They're trying to help lots of different types of people. So really look in California and see what's there, and I'll continue to detail and update what's going on. I know they were having, what is that called? They were having universal basic income payments of like $1,000 to some people too. So see what's available in California. In Maryland is issuing over $19 million in grants to help prevent evictions. That money will assist an estimated 3,600 households in the state. And guys, Maryland, I believe, has done other things too for their PPP, so make sure and check that out. Massachusetts has also done things to help with the PPP. So it says, will more states follow suit? In the absence of additional federal relief, there's a good chance more states will provide aid to residents and businesses in need. In fact, Minnesota is currently trying to pass legislation to extend unemployment benefits and supply $500 stimulus payments to families. So several states, guys, are actually arguing within their state legislators, trying to pass state legislation so they can get their CARES Act funding redirected to help us. Look at your states and stay tuned for that. Of course, states may run into lack of funding, but local aid will be crucial if a federal stimulus package doesn't pass soon. Countless Americans have depleted their savings and racked up serious debt to cope with the financial crisis. And with the pandemic far from over, it's clear they really need a lifeline. Meanwhile, there's a $908 billion bipartisan stimulus proposal on the table in Washington that includes enhanced weekly unemployment benefits, state and local aid, $25 billion in rental assistance, and additional funding for the Paycheck Protection Program to help prevent small businesses closing. That proposal, however, did not include another round of direct stimulus checks. Unfortunately, that may be the single point on relief that the public needs the most right now. So that's where we're at when it comes to several of these states. I know that there's other stimulus money that's being passed around. I know Tennessee had some stuff. So again, continue to look around in your state and see what's possible and see what they have. So the next thing I want to go into, guys, I want to go to a very specific state on this and show you guys where you can get some money and some help. So for this one, if you are in Kansas, listen up. So this is where we're at with Kansas. It says, and this is from ksn.com. Kansas facing financial hardship can apply for up to $5,000 in rental assistance. And I'm telling you guys, some of these states, you can get thousands of dollars in help, even if you owe back pay. So listen out. So it says, the Catholic Charities Wichita, Catholic Charities, every state you're in, check out the Catholic Charities and what they are doing in your states. The Catholic Charities Wichita has partnered with the Kansas Eviction Prevention Program to help tenants and landlords with rental assistance. Our Kansas Eviction Prevention Program basically developed over these last few months as we recognize home is an absolute hub to our communities, said Kansas Housing Corporation Executive Director Ryan Vincent. All of a sudden, in these past months due to the virus and the economic collapse, more and more Kansans are losing their homes. And then that becomes a serious issue for our state and our communities. Of course it does. Some of the stuff, I'm sorry, what we've recognized, this is a big issue for people. I know they're trying to be nice, so I'm not trying to knock anybody down. It's just, it makes me mad when they act like suddenly they realize maybe people shouldn't be homeless. The program helps Kansans who are facing evictions because of financial hardship due to the virus. The state of Kansas has designated $35 million in CARES Act funding to help with rental assistance. Tenants and landlords can apply for assistance up to $5,000. The requirements to receive the assistance: you have to be a citizen, it says has to be for primary residence, they have to have missed one or more rent payments since April 2020, and they have to be able to show the pandemic has caused them to lose some of their income, said St. Anthony's Family Shelter Supervisor Matt Lowe. That proof can be a letter from their employer, documentation from the school where they're having to learn and do remote learning. Lowe said landlords do have to be on board with the process, and they have to get certified as an approved landlord in the community. They will be given a vendor number, which can then be given to the tenant to complete their application online. The Kansas Eviction Prevention Program estimates that there are currently 73,000 tenants in Kansas who are facing eviction, and they project that number to increase in the coming months. Applications can apply through December 31st, and here's information for more information on the program or to apply. It says click here, we'll go into that link in a second, for help by phone. Call the Catholic Charities at 316-264-8344 extension 4112. Look that number up for your state, your city, or your area for the Catholic Charities. Very, very important. So then, this is where it takes you to, guys. It takes you to a website called kshousingcorp.com. kshousingcorp.com is where you're going to want to go to actually apply for this. So this is what this says. It's called the Kansas Eviction Prevention Program. Here's an overview, the need. Homes have never been more important. Our home has always provided shelter, but in the midst of the virus pandemic, home has become so much more. Home is where we receive our health care, educate our children, conduct business, and connect virtually for worship services, community meetings, and social gatherings. I'm sorry, but I feel like this has always been the definition of home. The problem is in this country, we've never placed an emphasis on health until now. And I hope this is the dawn and the beckoning of all of us coming together to really find good healthcare solutions that will actually work. Not just a healthcare system that constantly misdiagnoses, tells us we have anxiety when we actually have issues, and just pops pills down our mouth that really don't help us or get to the root cause of the problem. I have a theory. I'll make a video about this one day. I believe the technology to cure most of the world's illnesses, diseases, most of that exists. We just don't get access to it because you can't make money off us when we're healthy in that capacity. I'll continue. While moratoriums have provided tenants with temporary protection from evictions, rent continues to accrue each month, amen, leaving families unsure how they will pay arrears, and leaving landlords without monthly income to pay bills and manage maintenance and upkeep. By the way, how ignorant am I? I didn't know what the word arrears meant. I remember I saw this when it came to child support, and I was doing a video. I'm like, what's a child support arrear? That looks weird. Y'all had to educate me. Never heard. How did I go this long and never hear that word? Program description. The Kansas Eviction Prevention Program, KEP, provides rental assistance to households that have missed one or more rent payments as a result of the virus pandemic. Landlords and tenants apply via a joint online process. If the application is approved, the landlord receives rental assistance funds directly from KEP, applies KEP funds to the tenant's accounts, and waives late fees for the months assistance was awarded. Approved tenants are eligible for a maximum of 9 months of assistance, not exceeding $5,000 per household. Audience serves, it says, KEP serves tenants and landlords, who have missed payments or collecting at least one rent payment since April 1st, 2020, due to the virus pandemic and the funding source. The Kansas Eviction Prevention Program is funded through the Federal Virus Aid Relief Economic Securities Act, also known as the CARES Act. Guys, I'm telling you, look up in your states where the CARES Act funding has gone, what programs, so you can find it. It was authorized by the Governor Kelly's Strengthening People and Revitalizing Kansas. It's called the Spark Task Force and is administered by the Kansas Human Resources Corporation. The Sun, guys. KHRC. Now, here's the criteria, eligibility criteria. And by the way, this criteria many times is standard across the board when you're trying to get rental help. Successful program applicants must meet all the following criteria. Tenants must have missed at least one rental payment since April 1st, 2020. Tenants and all members of their households, if applicable, are Kansas residents, legally authorized to be in the United States. Tenant seeks rental assistance for their primary residence. Neither tenant nor landlord has received monthly rental assistance from other sources for the months for which they are requesting KEP assistance. Tenants can demonstrate that the virus pandemic has had an adverse impact on their employment or income beginning January 20th, 2020 or later. Adverse effects may include layoffs due to mandated shutdowns and or business closures, job loss, reduction of hours, or inability to work due to virus-related illness or lack of childcare. Tenant household income is at or below 85% of the state's median income, or $63,920 for a household of 4. And then it says if tenant qualifications for TAMF, SNAP, or LIEAP assistance, they automatically meet the program's income requirements. So if you are on TAMF, SNAP, or the LEAP assistance, automatically you can get in. How to apply? Tenants and landlords must complete a joint online application process to be considered for this program. And guys, when I've been doing these videos most of the time, these are going to be joint applications online between you and your landlord. And at this point, I don't know why they wouldn't want to get involved. So make sure that they apply as well. It says, number 1, landlords online complete certification. Review the video tutorial at the bottom of the page for more guidance on this process. Number 2, landlord receives confirmation email from KHRC. Number 3, tenants provide landlords with supporting documentation noting virus-related loss of income. Number 4, landlord uploads tenant information and supporting documentation via link provided in confirmation email. Number 5, landlords upload tenant certification or provides link for tenants to complete online KHRC process and application. Number 6, KHRC processes the application. Number 7, landlord and tenant both receive email notifying them if application is approved or denied. Number 8, if approved, KHRC authorizes payments directly to landlord. Number 9, landlord applies rental assistance to tenant's account and waives late fees for the months for which assistance was received. Applications are due on December 15th, so get these in, guys. Now, there's also some other resources that they want to go ahead and throw out there for people. It says, if you need help when it comes to this, they have different partners to assist. So let's go ahead and look and see exactly what these are. And guys, when you go to this and when you go there, so when you are on this website, there are tons and tons of different Catholic charities and different charities across the state of Kansas I'm looking at right now. Guys, there's just so much help. There really is a ton of help when it comes to this stuff. So make sure and go there and you know, really get involved and see what can help you. Now as well, there's a part of this website that's for renters, and it says tenant-based rental assistance. So it goes into a case study, not really concerned about that, but if you go down, there are all different types of places where you can apply to get rental assistance between not just Kansas, but also Missouri. I'm seeing like different places in Missouri for the Independence area. So make sure you go there and you can find exactly where you need to go to get different help when it comes to housing. There's just so much, guys, there's just so much here. It's kind of overwhelming. So that's what you're going to do right now when it comes to, if you're in the state of Kansas and you need rental help, That's where you should go, and that's what you should do. And again, I want to always give you guys these reminders. Here's what you need to do in your state. Look up CARES Act funding for your state, your city, your county, the biggest metropolitan city near you. Or look up stimulus help, stimulus checks, CARES Act funding, whatever you have to do. Virus help, coronavirus funding, COVID help. Look that up. Have several different searches you do every single day. And especially if you're unemployed, what else you got to do? Look this up at least once a day. Have alerts on your phone. Have Google alerts pulled up, because what happens is if the states take their CARES Act funding and they help a lot of the residents with it, which a lot of them are doing across the country right now, a lot of times the early bird gets the worm. It's the people who are educated and informed. That's why I've said subscribe to this channel, hit notifications so you can get those up-to-date notifications. You've been notified when we have something to help you in your area, and go to the Facebook page and the Facebook group so you can keep up to date. These programs sometimes can run out quickly depending on how much how much funding there is, depending on how many families apply, depending on several different factors. Get it in as early as possible, and that's why you need to subscribe to channels like mine so we can keep you up to date with all of this. As well, guys, look up not just rental help, but they'll have assistance help, they'll have bill assistance help. They're going to have help when it comes to just direct stimulus check payments. We've seen several cities just give direct payments, or for people who are on unemployment, they'll have direct help there. There's a lot of help in your areas. You just have to go and do the due diligence to find it. And me and my team, we're doing our best every single day to give you that information and try to help you guys across the country when it comes to this stuff, because we just want to see you guys do as well as you can and be as comfortable and safe as you can during this process, because unfortunately, we can't guarantee a bill is going to pass in the next week or two. And we can't guarantee that the federal government will get on board even the next 3 to 4 months. Right now, we don't even technically know who's going to be the president. We have the media calling it, but trust me, things smell weird. And what I'm saying is there could be weirdness go on between what actually happens between now and January 21st. I'm not saying that's 100% going to happen. I'm saying we don't know. Things could get strange. So stay tuned for this channel. We'll do our best to help you as well, guys. Another thing I want to mention, there are food banks across the country, your areas, your states, your counties, your cities. If you are desperate, those are places you can go. Look up the Catholic charities in your area. Look them up in your area and for your state, for your county. See what kind of help they have. I don't care if you're Catholic or not. Doesn't matter. Go get the help. I get ramped up talking about the Catholics, not you find people watching who may adhere to the religion because you're trying to be better people. I'm talking about the people at the top who hurt women and children. That's happened in a lot of religions. The Catholic religion has been horrible. I grew up Catholic, so I feel like I have a right to complain about this. A lot of things about that religion didn't make sense to me. Like, why is it once a week we are idolizing cannibalism? You know, where you have to eat the cracker that symbolizes a body and you have to drink wine that symbolizes blood. At 8 years old, I was like, so what is this? So we're cannibals and we worship a zombie Christ. That's what it looked like to my 8-year-old mind. I'm not trying to knock your religion. What I'm saying is some of these religions, they've done some good in the world and some have done some real horrific things. I don't care if you like him or not. You can even possibly think like me and have a disdain because of what I learned growing up in these situations with these religions and how these people typically don't get prosecuted and have nothing happen to them. So take the money. They owe us. They owe us for what they've done. So look up the Catholic charities in your area. If you get very desperate, SNAP, Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, what they used to call food stamps. There ain't no shame in the food stamp game. I've been on it 2 or 3 times, guys. Things happen in life, and this is of no fault of anybody's. People get sick. Unfortunately, this is a things are happening and people get sick situation. So look up the numbers in your area and call, as well as if you have kids, you're having a hard time. Most of your schools, even if they are shut down, there are programs to get free breakfast and lunch programs. Make sure and look that up as well. Even though I know over the last 10 years, the government has really tried many ways to shut those programs down. How many stories have we heard over the last few years about places where kids get to go hungry during lunch because their parents didn't pay the bill and they just let them go hungry? I think that used to not be a thing. They didn't allow kids just to go hungry. I guess, you know, people don't care. It's always funny to me, the kind, tolerant, loving left at the top who allows these things to happen. And the evil old Democrats, or sorry, not Democrats, even though they are evil, the evil old Republicans who don't care if kids eat whatsoever. At least they're not hiding their evil. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take off and end this video. But guys, to help me out with this channel and get this information to people, if you could please give me a big like, this would really help grow the channel and help grow the channel. So please give me a big thumbs up, like this video, subscribe, hit notifications so y'all can be notivated. What is a notivated? So y'all can be notified what's coming up pipeline for you and your guys' stimulus money. Also, sound off in the comments. Y'all know I love to hear everything you guys have to say. And guys, please share this content with as many people as you know who are struggling right now, people who are on unemployment, waiting for unemployment, stimulus checks, SB loan and grant issues, bill issues, everything in between. I've got tons of tools and tons of resources to help you during this very difficult time, and I would love nothing more than to do just that. And guys, if you need more one-on-one stimulus help in your area, go to the Facebook group, Katie's Insight. Like the page, join the group. Katie's Corner will be changed to Katie's Insight soon. In the group, we're trying to help people on a more one-on-one basis with their stimulus issues and stimulus needs here soon. We're going to be creating a whole Excel sheet of where you can get help and how across the country. Give me a little bit and we will be consistently updating that, but that's something that I want to have available in the group so you guys can come in and see what's available, ask questions. This is all free, by the way. It's free. Nobody's selling you anything. We're just all trying to help. All we ask is that people be polite and respectful, which I think when somebody's giving you something free, you would want to be anyway. Okay, guys, I'm going to end this video here now because I have more information to get out to y'all, but stay tuned. This is going to be a crazy week, and it's going to get even crazier. Okay, guys, take care, and until next time, till the next video, I'm with you. I'm so grateful for your help. I thank every single one of you every day for watching and being here, and I will continue to dedicate my channel right now to helping you guys through this difficult time. Big hugs, mwah, and kisses. Bye, guys.